Hello everyone, this is Maurice from Cool Geek Redline VR Racing, sponsored by Cool Geek IT Systems and Alex Racing. And today we are racing with Assetto Corsa Competizione at the Nurburgring. So enjoy and let's get started. Okay, as you can see here in this particular race, I started in second place, and I thought I was going to have a real challenge with the Mercedes-Benz, the AMG. And what I've noticed is that basically I was much faster than this car. I mean, in qualifying, the car was basically a second faster. And that's another thing that we was trying to get a good start. Actually, the AI is set to, I believe, is 85%. Aggression at 45%. And so far, you know, I'm doing fairly well, trying to keep my lines. And right now the car is a little squirrely because cold tires, and I'm constantly looking at this car behind me. I'm thinking that this car is going to really start catching up to me, and to my surprise, the car actually did not. I kept pushing her, and this Ferrari, you know, I generally don't drive the Ferrari. Ferrari is not my choice of car. I mean, even though this particular car, the 488, it drives very well, I have to admit. The car, you know, you basically point it where you want it and it just goes. After a while, when the tires start to, wear down, it does get a little squirrely and a little hard to manage. See that in this video, but so far the AMG is keeping up with me, and still pushing the car, still going. Now let's talk about this simulation. Assetto Corsa, I'll just say Assetto Corsa 2, be simple, just keep saying Competizione. Assetto Corsa 2 is basically, as you all know, it's a early release, and this is more for testing purposes. And so far, Kudos have done an excellent job with this simulation. And just in case I'm a little bit mumble mouth, you have to excuse me. I'm just a little tired. It's a little late, and I just want to get this out. So, excuse me if you don't quite understand what I'm saying. But anyway, so far the physics and everything are pretty good. They are getting better with time with every release. And as you know, we were supposed to be up to release 6, but they have to hold it off, and they put a statement out on the forums that basically they're still working on the multiplayer, try to tighten that up, and also some of the gameplay, and they want to add some more gameplay options when they release version 6, or release 6 more or less. And I was a little disappointed, but it's not a big deal. I mean, you want the developer to actually do it right. And this game does need to be a little bit cleaned up a little bit. I mean, you see a little bugs here and there, like that. that pole that's just sitting out in the middle of the road, and that's from the previous session, the qualifying session. And I don't know, for some reason, this game, we go into another session, it keeps things more or less in their place, like, track objects and stuff like that. I mean, there was actually at one point, one of the races, there was a cone, road cone, in the middle of the road, and basically it just sat there, and the cars just clipped right through it. I mean, it didn't interact. The cars didn't interact with it. It wasn't interactable. Excuse me. So there's little things that they have to work on, the little nuances, to get this thing done properly. I mean, they do have time to work on that. So far, I basically left everybody in the dust. So that just tells me I just got much better, or the AI is just retarded. But I mean, I'm just killing it right now. I mean, so far I have the fastest lap, actually under 2 minutes. And actually, the funny story is that I was basically practicing with this car, and was trying very hard for hours to get under 2 minutes. Okay, cars I'm actually pitting right now, and I just couldn't break 2 minutes. The fastest I've gotten was exactly 2 minutes, or 2 minutes and maybe 100ths of a second or something to that extent. I mean, I was upset about it, but it was nothing much I could do at that point. I just got frustrated. But then, for some strange reason, when I race, I'm actually much faster. In other words, I'm 2 seconds faster. So I break 2 minutes in a race, and that's not in the draft. If you thinking that I'm in the draft, but this is not even in the draft. I'm just getting chased down my cars, and I'm trying to drive as hard as I can so these cars. Pit crews or nothing like that, but in game you do see the pit crew. And the problem that I had here, and you will see in a moment, that it didn't give me an indication that the car was ready to go. You just hear a bunch of sounds, but that was it. The pit crew does not move. It doesn't indicate to you if they're finished. The other cars start turning on their engines, and then they just start taking off. And I basically fell behind considerably because of that. But I didn't understand what was going on. Leave the pits, pissed off. I lost my place. The car just nearly ran me off the road. And another thing I want to talk about is the AI. AI, I mean, in this game is good. And a lot of these developers, they make these claims about realism. It's going to be like the most realistic experience you ever going to be, blah, 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 whatever. I find it to be kind of true. And when it comes to the AI, I find that when it comes to the technology of the AI, I believe everybody is basically using a cut and paste system. It seems like the AI is pretty much on the rails. AI doesn't seem to have any dynamic sense of what's the word I'm looking for. It doesn't seem dynamic in its behavior. I mean, it does take the lines and it does try to pass and stuff like that, but it's AI. It's not like you're racing against a human, or you feel like you're racing against a human. Like, for example, come out of the pits, there was no reason for that Mercedes to actually hit me coming out of the pits, even though it's going a little bit slower. But maybe the car could have just went around, but it didn't do that. It just slammed right into me. So the AI in a lot of these titles, they do need some better technology when it comes to the artificial, how the car can behave. Make it kind of believable that you're dealing with, like it seemed like you're driving against a human. Now, it's nothing like driving against a human, but I'm waiting for the day that the AI for these simulators are believable. Like, for example, here, I call this the cheat spot in this particular track, where you can just cut all the cars because the AI doesn't have sense enough to take a different line. They just take the same old line. If you could come and just careen yourself on the lower corner, then you would pass this car just about every single time. So it doesn't block or like the other cars will actually go down and just take the same line. So it's kind of it's like to me it's like a cheat, and I do that, because I want to win the game and win the race. So yeah, so okay, this was a good clean cut here. I passed this car right under him. Hairpin, but I just didn't have the position to actually let it stick. And one thing I noticed too, that AMGs are pretty damn fast. And in real life, they be kicking a lot of ass when it comes to this genre. I'm looking at the stats. I believe AMG had won last year's tournament, if I'm not mistaken. So these AMGs, they look like they're heavy cars, and they probably handle like boats, but they winning races. They're winning a lot of races. I mean, I don't see Ferrari up there, which I find kind of funny. Ferrari would be like one of the top 5. I don't think it would be one of the top 10. Ferrari is like the pinnacle of performance and handling and racing or whatever, but I don't know. Only in F1 I can see that they're doing extremely well. But in GT3, not so much. Granted, the car does handle well. I like the way the car handles extremely well. And I think this is where yes, it does. Car just got squirrely and it blew completely away. I was cursing a storm when this happened. I was not happy at all. I mean, I did all this work, try to get in a good position just to lose it. And that's like that in real life too. I mean, you could do extremely well, and this one little screw up just basically ends your day. So I'm here trying to fight this car off. This Audi was on my ass for a little bit, but I mean, the car felt fine to a certain extent. It was a little, I could feel the wheel, the steering wasn't didn't quite feel the same when the tires are fresh. That's one of the good things about high fidelity sims. If they get the force feedback correct, you can actually feel the nuances, even on the G29. Breaking away from come to the chicane, which I hate chicanes. I mean, and that particular one, that chicane sometimes really get me. If I hit that thing wrong, I am done. There's quite a few races that I have. Matter of fact, this is like maybe the 3rd race I've done. I hit that stupid chicane the wrong way, and that car just went all different kind of directions. And you can't save it. As hard as I try to save it, this car, once you lose it, that's it, it's done. As you can see at one of the turns, the car just totally got away from me. Just got loose in the rear, and there was just no way to get it back. far. I'm holding this guy off. As a matter of fact, I'm not holding him off. I just left him. And I'm trying to catch up to the Lamborghini Huracan. And so let me at least try to catch up to him. Working my way up, and I hit this time. I didn't brake hard enough, and I wind up off the road again on this hairpin. And I generally take the hairpin pretty well. I'm not a big fan of hairpins either. So now the Audi caught up to me again, and I basically got, I believe, a couple more minutes before the race ended. The race was only 15 minutes. And the car just, at this point, it wasn't feeling right at all. The car just felt, you know, it just didn't feel like it had traction. And I'm telling myself, just let me just hold off this Audi as best I can. Try to protect my line. Now, you know, and see if I can basically finish, well, definitely finish 10th. Sure, I'll look at finish 15. Matter of fact, I think the game put me in last place. I don't know, for some reason I may have been disqualified. I have no idea why. But I was last. I was 21st place. Now, granted, it was a part of the line, but okay, well, end of the race.